is a motorized bike I put together. The frame is a McCargy General. See, I put the A-painters on. Just wanted to do something a little bit different, along with having the rear view mirrors. And both of the brakes are on a single lever. It's got the old school kill switch. Nice antique style seat, along with the seat post mounted fuel tank. Here on the back, you can see I went with the hub adapter, which fits on there real good. I know some people will actually bolt those to the hub, or they'll put in keyway so the hub adapter can't spin on the hub, but this one fit nice and tight, so it seemed unnecessary. Just torqued it down real good and used Loctite on the threads. And the chain tensioner, I went with this style because it's a little bit more safe than the other ones that just mount down here, and those, if they come loose at all, they can go into the spokes, which would be dangerous. So this is a little bit safer, sturdier. And the engine itself is a 4-stroke I got from Grubee or Grubee, however you pronounce that. They seem to have a better reputation than Bikeberry and some of the other places, certainly better than the kits from eBay. So I went with them. And on the front, I've got the disc brake, which is cable operated. The wheels are heavy duty, real thick spoke. They were from Bikeberry. They weren't like super good quality, but the spokes are nice and thick, so hopefully they'll be all right. On the back, I've got a caliper brake for the rim, which fit pretty good. I did have to bend the bolt to get everything to line up right. And we've got a center stand, which is nice. But what makes this a little bit different is I built the engine mount, and I just used 3/16 steel that I cut out to fit in here, and then clamped it on there with these motorcycle highway bar mounts. Now these two posts are different diameters, so you have to make sure you buy the right highway bar mounts for your bike. Make sure you measure them. And so this piece of steel that bolts onto here on both sides, it moves back and forth, and then the plate, it goes this way, so you can adjust this engine forward, backwards, left and right, whatever direction you need to, so that you can line your chain up properly. It really wasn't that much work to make, other than you really need a drill press in order to drill out all those holes. The only thing I would do different is maybe I would have went with 1/4" steel instead of 3/16. And all the hardware is, of course, grade 8 and Loctite on everything. And on the exhaust, I found a pipe that would bolt to this engine, but I wanted to run the exhaust all the way straight back, so I bent another pipe and then attached it just with a clamp, because I don't have a welder right now. And then I header wrapped the whole thing with black header wrap, but apparently even black header wrap has to be coated with something or it will turn white over time after going through, so many heat cycles. So I did that. It's coated, and hopefully it'll hold up for a long time. The other thing I wanted to mention real quick was the throttle return spring. I decided to add one just to make sure the throttle snapped back nice and good. I had to drill a hole through a bolt to put the throttle cable to go through there, put a bolt and a stud that was over there, and put a spring on it. So now the throttle snaps back real positively. So yeah, I really haven't rode the bike much yet. I've just rode it in my driveway, but I'm gonna take it out on the road now and we'll see how it does. right off the bat, I noticed some pretty decent wheel hop, especially once you get around 20 miles an hour or so. And I wasn't exactly sure what the cause was, so I took it a little slow on this first ride. But I did end up pulling over a few minutes into the ride and got off and looked everything over just to make sure nothing was obviously loose or out of place. But everything looked fine, and I kept riding. I suspect that it is the wheels because they had a pretty poor finish on them. I had the bearings adjusted perfect. Everything was lined up perfect when I put it all together. So the only thing I can suspect that it's in the wheels themselves or maybe the tires. Maybe having the A-painters on doesn't help either in terms of the overall balance. Well, anyways, I will just shut up now and enjoy the nice bike ride and scenery, and I'll be back at the end. say that went all right. Just had some wheel hop over 20 miles an hour, especially over 25 on some of the surfaces. I'm not 100% sure what the cause is. The only thing I can think of is it's these wheels that I got from Bikeberry. The finish on them was pretty poor, so they're probably not perfectly straight or balanced. Yeah, I double-checked the chains. It definitely has nothing to do with them. The wheels themselves are bolted on really straight, and they spin freely and perfectly, so nothing's wrong with them. So I'm pretty sure it's got to be just in the wheels themselves, or maybe the tires. But the tires are good, so I'm suspecting the wheels. But regardless, still totally rideable. Just when you get into those higher speeds, it gets a bit bouncy. And I don't plan on riding it that often, so honestly, I'm probably just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to change the wheels out for it. But if you were going to drive it daily and you had to go higher speeds, then yeah, I imagine you want to get it fixed. Well, I really appreciate you sitting through this video and watching it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and I will take a look at it. I'll check all the comments. Please like and subscribe. If you enjoy this type of video, I plan on doing a lot more of them. Thanks again for watching and take care.